Hello, good day, and welcome. Welcome to another episode of Just for Girls. And this is Girls Alive Counseling Initiatives. Today we'll be looking at the topic peer pressure. Peer pressure, adolescents and peer pressure. So we'll be looking at it especially as it relates with adolescents, girls, teenagers today. What do we mean by peer pressure? Let me first of all talk about peers. When we talk about peers, we are talking of people of the same age or the same interest, same age bracket, age category, because it may not be exactly the same age, or you fall within the same age category. For instance, teenagers, adolescents, they fall within that category of being teenagers or adolescents. So peers are people of the, sharing the same kind of maybe age, likes, interests, things of common interest are peculiar to certain peers. And when we talk about peers, we're not just talking about young people alone. It could be adults as well, various categories of people. And so today we'll be talking about peer pressure. And when we talk about peer pressure, we mean the influence that people in your age group of the same age category, people of the same like-minded people, people that you share common interests and opinions or something like that, the influence they exert upon you. A peer can be somebody, can even be a role model, but still within that age category. So the influence such a person exerts upon you, peer pressure can come directly or indirectly from influences of people around you or somebody far away whose way of life or opinion or lifestyle or things about that person you kind of like or value, they can exert influence on you. Pressures can come from friends, they can come from peers. For most teenagers who are in school, pressure can come from friends, in school teenage friends, something they do, everybody is doing it, and then you don't want to feel left out. That's a kind of pressure upon you to want to conform to what people in your age bracket are doing. And this can affect us, can affect you as a teenager, as an adolescent girl, in some ways, negatively or positively. And as I continue, let me just say that peer pressure doesn't always have to be negative. There are positive peer pressures as much as there are negative peer pressures. But oftentimes peer pressure is associated with negative things because there are lots of influences that adolescents tend to want to have on themselves. You remember in some of our previous episodes, we have talked about the adolescent stage, especially the mid and the late adolescent stage, is a period where young people want to exert some level of autonomy. They want to be autonomous, they want to think for themselves, they want to make decisions for themselves, but they are not matured enough. You are not matured enough to make certain decisions for yourself, and then it can lead you into error, and can jeopardize your future. But because of that peculiarity of the adolescent years, many young people want to take decisions for themselves. So that's how it affects them, because they kind of, young people want to tend to flow together with one another. That autonomy wants to make you take a decision, and you want to take a decision based on what your peers are doing or saying about a particular matter. So peers exert lots of influences on one another. And like I said earlier on, peer influence oftentimes could be negative, but it is not always negative. It could be positive as well. Positive peer influence could be such that, for instance, you are in school, you have some classmates that are doing fine academically, they are progressing, they stand out in the academic pursuit. Some people can be influenced to also want to strive to do well academically. So that's a kind of peer pressure. That's a positive peer pressure. And that's what I will advise you as a young girl, as a young person, as a princess that you are, that you rather allow yourself to be influenced positively. What are things that help somebody to stand out in her academic pursuits? girls or boys that are doing well in school, why don't you look towards becoming somebody like that? Somebody who stands out, somebody who performs academically excellently well. You understand? Rather than being found among those who drop out of classes or stay away from classes or stay out of school because they want to flow along with friends or get involved in certain social vices, get into drugs or some other things. Why would you rather do that? Let your peers that are doing fine, peers, role model that you appreciate, that are standing out in their academic pursuit or areas of life, let them influence you positively. Another thing about peer pressure is that you don't have to wait to be influenced. You can be an influencer. I know young people today talk talk a lot about certain influencers online. And at times you find that the people they are running after as influencers are actually not really maybe bringing something positive to the table. You can be a positive influencer. You can also influence your peers. You can influence the young ones, your siblings. You can influence your friends, both wherever at home or in school or wherever you find yourself. By all means, begin to look at how you can positively influence others or allow yourself to also be positively influenced. Don't be influenced by negative things, circumstances, and situations. You have one auntie who has committed abortion 5 times, and that is the person you are following. No, that's not a positive influence. So we talk about peer pressure today. And in the next couple of episodes, we'll deal more about this subject. But I just want you to know that peers exert influence upon themselves, upon one another, and there's a way you can deal with this such that you become positively influenced and you are also a positive influencer. Thank you for listening today, dear princess. And I just want you to continue to be that gracious princess. Be a positive influencer and also seek to be influenced more positively than allowing yourself to be influenced negatively. Until I come your way in the next episode, I commend you to the grace of God. Continue to be a gracious girl. God bless you and make you a blessing continually. Amen.
I'm blessed. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. I'm blessed. Oh, I'm blessed. From the rising of the sun to the going down of the same. Yeah.